Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the TNT podcast. I am your host, Just Tyler.
Woo!
Oh, this is episode 46.
Yeah, it is.
On my left is who is on my left?
Isn't it Friedman?
Friedman, also known as
Yeah.
Andrew, but mostly known as Friedman.
And on my right-hand side.
Tim, also known as Timpedia.
Yeah, and we're
Oh,
here
man,
to
no one
bring
knew that.
you the most dank news that we just found out like
Hell
a couple
yeah,
minutes
dude.
ago.
2 weeks
I
might have
put
gone
a lot of
by,
effort into this.
but the
I
same
know.
amount of effort was put into the news as always.
As always.
I have
And you know we're gonna spend at least like 10 minutes on each freaking topic anyway.
No. Okay. We have 7 pieces of
true.
news before the Friedman section. Can we take like 3 of them? Can we take like 3 of them and put them into a quickie section? Like this.
Sure.
Excuse me. Allergy
What?
season again. This is a quickie thing for sure. Because that doesn't matter. This is quickie. Sorry, Tyler. This is quickie.
You're ruining.
It's
the
not
flow
nice.
of
That's
the
fine.
show.
All right. Pick one to
Let's
start.
flow.
No, start talking about Overdank.
Jesus Christ! All
All
right,
right,
we're gonna.
it's time for Overdank.
It's Overdank.
So, Tyler, did you watch Papa Jeff's new video explaining what's good with the anniversary this year?
Not yet. The last video I was able to catch up on was last week's video,
Oh, with the breast cancer awareness.
the breast
mercy
cancer
video?
awareness, and how everybody was super salty about that, or at least
Oh,
not
they
everybody.
sure
but
were.
I don't get it.
Yo, people are fucking stupid. You are not paying $15 for his skin. You are donating $15
Yes.
to breast cancer research
Yes,
and getting
you're
a
getting a
free
skin.
skin.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. People are
I don't
stupid.
understand. I don't understand why people are like, oh, I'm gonna pay $50 for a fucking skin over. Fuck you.
You're not fucking paying Blizzard for the skin.
Listen, if you want to be a dirtbag, right, and you know,
If you want to be a dirtbag,
because
wow.
it's honestly infuriating. I
but then-
will voice this.
But then everyone was flipping out because for some reason in the EU for PlayStation 4, when you buy it, a certain amount does not go to charity. And they were trying to figure out why, and it's literally just a tax on electronic goods that impacts Europe. So for the $15 you spend, $4 goes to taxes. Everyone was up in arms going, Blizzard is pocketing this money in the EU because of some loophole. And everyone's like,
What
you
the
fucking idiot.
fuck?
It goes to taxes.
It
like,
goes
people
to the
don't-
fucking queen.
Like, people don't understand what, like, when they give you a pipeline for money, everyone's like, well, it's $15 for a skin. They just like, they don't think about it, and it's annoying.
They sure don't.
Yeah, they're thinking it's like, oh no, it's gonna someone's gonna go to Blizzard. They have to be making money off. It's like, well, if they sit there and lie, then they're gonna get got by the fucking government.
But the
Yeah,
thing is, like,
buddy.
Blizzard has been doing this for a while. They had a pet in World of Warcraft a while ago. Where they're like 50% of proceeds go to whatever research fund it was. And some on the forums like, you already make enough money off this game. Why doesn't 100% go to research? And they're like, you have a point. And from that point on, they've been
Yep.
doing this a lot in WoW, where they release new things and say this is a charity thing. 100% of proceeds go to blah blah fund. And this is what Blizzard's been doing. And people buy them not because of the skins, but because maybe because of the skins, but they know the money's going to a good cause. They're not just lining Blizzard's pockets. And I don't understand why the Overwatch community doesn't understand.
It's because
They'd rather
people are
just
garbage
scream.
and they're skeptical. I can understand having like a healthy skepticism like of large companies.
Yeah, we are in that culture
But-
right now of
Uh.
the companies are evil by default.
But like, Blizzard hasn't given us any reason to hate them. It's not like there's
Besides the
been like a
usual
large, yeah. Aside from the usual shit of like, oh fucking, this needs to be fucking nerfed and shit. But it's like, I don't know, like all their business practices seem to be on the up and up. They try to listen to their community, no matter how, sorry for my insensitive comment, but how autistic everybody is.
How I feel about the fucking Overwatch community. Holy shit.
That's literally all people do on the internet. They just like get behind their keyboards and they fucking scream and yell. And it's like, and you know what though? It's stuff like this that gives, I would say our community, like the gaming community, a bad name. And on top of that, it's like, come on, you're ruining this stuff for the rest of us now. Because like now it's like, well, they want to. I mean, they probably will. They probably will continue to do stuff like this because there are people who are decent people and understand, you know, that this is going to a good cause and that they're not, you know, buying it or, you know, they're donating for the cause and they're getting a skin, you know. But like it's unfortunate because like any other company would be like, all right, maybe this got such a bad rap, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore.
Oh, bad
No,
PR.
fuck
Shut
them,
it
it's a
down. Shut
charity,
it down. Shut
and
it
they're
down.
making money. But anyway,
Yeah.
on to the good Overdank news.
On the good Overdank.
They announced it for the second anniversary of Overwatch, much like last year where they had this big cosmetic patch release where all this cool shit was thrown in, and then they neglected to kind of make it available year round. They had this. They hit this crossroads. They're like, do we make Overwatch like a special time limited event, or do we just start adding shit to the game for forever? And they found their solution. They rolled real hard into the time constrained cosmetics, but this one is actually pretty good. So they said for the anniversary, much like every other event, there's a loot box where one item is guaranteed to be an item from that event. But they said that for the other three that are normally like the generic loot, they have a chance to be any loot from a previous holiday or special event. In addition, you can currently purchase any of the skins from old events that are, you know, timeline where you can only buy them during the event. You can buy them during the anniversary for, you know, whatever price they were available with in-game credits. This is not a money grab. But the other thing is they're also bringing back all the PvE events, all the arcade modes like Lucio Ball, the Snowball shit with May, the Halloween events. They're all going to be rotating during this anniversary. So Overdank, despite only having 2 years of updates under its belt, is like half-ass bringing all of them back for this anniversary.
Amazing.
And I like it. There's nothing wrong with this idea.
You know, I did hear. Well, didn't they say that like before that they were going to do that though?
I didn't hear them talking about this.
Oh, oh no. I was thinking of their last story event that they just had. How they brought back.
Oh, they brought
the
back the one
first
from the previous.
Yeah,
year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they realized players really like this, as well as the fact that their player base has grown considerably since the first year, and they want to give everyone a chance to catch up on skins they may have missed. Mostly because this has a cosmetic endgame for some reason.
Yeah.
But that's.
I mean that's what's left. I mean after you
right? Once you learn
like,
how to
get
play the
situated
game,
in
realize,
an elo
and realize you can't break out of silver. This is your end game. It's grinding skins.
Yeah, it's grinding skins and just being like, oh, just dick around with your friends with decent skins.
It's just like League of Legends.
It's all right though. I already got my end game, and that's the Cat Diva skin. Right? So that I'm already there, fam.
All right, but that's all we got for Overwatch.
Yeah, I was like, let's move on to this next thing
let's
that
move on
I'm
to this
extremely interested in.
I'm very excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Because Nobuo has not worked on the game. In fact, he said
hold on.
retiring.
So the topic is Nobuo Uematsu,
Oh,
who is essentially retired from doing the Final Fantasy soundtracks, has announced that he's coming back to work on the Final Fantasy 7 Remake Soundtrack, which is amazing because he composed the original soundtrack, which was God tier. And I'm very excited to see his modern take on his otherwise classic work.
Seriously, he worked up until what, 12, right?
No.
Or was it 10? 10,
I know
10
with Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 was when the current composer for the series started taking over, Yoko Shimomura? Shimomura, that's her last name. But the point is, she started working on the Final Fantasies with oh my god. Yeah, no, I guess she started with 15, but she's been doing all the Square Enix side projects. I don't know when he had stopped composing for it.
He announced it. He had announced it and stuff.
Is part of this news story the fact that it's wasn't there an announcement also that don't expect this release until like 2023?
No, those were rumors flying around because a lot of the studios that have been hired to work on the remake announced that they had been dropped, and all of the work done so far is being dropped because they wanted to change engines.
Oh yeah, we did discuss this. Was it a couple weeks ago? Didn't we?
Yeah, I think I brought it up.
I kept seeing it in the last 2 weeks though.
Yeah, because everyone's re-reporting on what the actual story
That's
is.
Fair.
But for anyone who's interested on this, one of my favorite Final Fantasy YouTubers, Dean Weiss, did a video on Square Enix and their history with bad engine changing, and they seem to still be stuck in this mood where it's like, we need to swap the engine now for some reason, even though they've given up on using their own engines. But
for real though,
But I'll save it for the E3 hype because I can't be mad at them too much after what's coming.
They got some decent stuff coming.
They do.
I didn't realize, for example,
this isn't E3 hype is the next topic. We can roll straight into it.
I was gonna say, but this isn't so much E3 hype, but this is Square Enix hype. I didn't realize Octo Traveler, which I think is funny, the name, because they're like, oh, this isn't gonna be the name. And they're like, fuck it, we can't come up with a better name.
But the last time a Japanese company's like, this is the code name, it's not the final product. It was the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
They gotta stop releasing the code name and saying, don't worry, it's gonna change, because guess what? It doesn't.
Because guess what? It doesn't. I think that just generates the hype. But I don't know, the game speaks for itself. I didn't realize it was coming out next month.
Really, really soon.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I've been dying for a handheld RPG on Switch.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna snap by it, honestly. I only played one of the characters. Not both of the characters, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what I played. But yeah, pre E3 hype. So, there's a lot of stuff coming out.
From the sound of it, Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting its full unveiling at E3 because they already have signs up for it with the hashtag KH3 premiere. So if the rumors are true, it might actually come out this winter and then get delayed till February, just like I predicted. So everyone keep your eyes and ears open. Get ready for some Unreal 4 engine goodness.
I'll say, oh God.
Yeah,
no, please.
I forgot what number they're up to. Point is, I am hyped. And I think Nintendo has a big thing set up for E3, and they said they weren't. So there's a lot of hype that it's going to be Animal Crossing.
You know what I'm upset that doesn't show up?
Smash carry it.
In E3, Rockstar does not go to E3.
When do they usually announce their stuff?
Oh hey, it's July the 2nd, a Tuesday. Throw out this trailer.
Oh, it's like Nintendo Directs where it's like, oh, this is direct in 5 hours.
Yeah, was it last week or whatever, a couple weeks ago, they rolled out another trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, which is coming out at the end of this year. I can't wait. But yeah, they don't go to E3. They haven't gone to E3 ever.
Dang.
Which sucks.
That's okay. They're already running the internet because they started finally showing off Red Dead, so.
Yes. I don't know. What are you guys looking forward to?
I know you said
E3
pre-show this sucks, but I guess I'll sneak this into the pre-E3. There was a leak from Walmart about Rage 2, and within a week, Bethesda had confirmed it, and they actually put out their first trailer today, I think. Maybe yesterday?
It was today.
I watched the non-gameplay trailer. Honestly, Tyler, so do you want to repeat what you said before the show? It was just a few words. Rage
1 was garbage.
I disagree somewhat.
That's fine.
I don't think it was great. But I actually thought it was pretty fun. And I gotta say, the one thing that gets me really excited about, one, the trailer seems pretty silly, so they're not taking it super serious again. I actually really liked this beginning of Rage, but late game, it got really bogged down and boring.
All right.
But so early on, it was fun.
For the fans at home, Rage is
id Software made it when everyone wanted them to be making Doom 4. Id came out with it was the first id Tech 5 game, I think.
Yeah, I will say that is at the time that was the nicest skybox I have ever seen. Hands down, best skybox I've ever seen in a game. I don't think I've ever seen a better skybox at that time.
It definitely wasn't perfect, but I don't want to talk about it too long because it has been a long time. I actually wanted to do a Let's Play of Rage at some point.
Ew, gross.
Why is that gross?
Because it's fucking gross.
Oh my god. Anyway.
I don't like that game.
I can tell.
The shooting mechanics were bad.
They weren't great.
Fucking...
Okay,
you know what it tried to be? No. You know
Tyler, I'm trying to tell you why I'm excited about 2.
No, fuck you, because it tried to be Borderlands, and guess what?
Right.
It ain't.
It was Borderlands. They did try. But the reason I'm excited about 2 is because the trailer seems very goofy. Not that means much directly, but it seems like they're embracing it being a little more crazy.
Oh, so it's trying to be Borderlands.
Yes, you're right. And apparently id is kind of co-developing or getting assistance from Avalanche Studios, specifically the division of Avalanche that made Mad Max. And I freaking loved the Mad Max video game. So if id can kind of do their tech thing and Avalanche can kind of do their open world kind of Mad Maxy vibe desert world thing and kind of crunch it down into a funnier, I guess, more Borderlands cartoony style,
But
I think that could be a really good game.
Did Rage actually make enough money to warrant a sequel?
Probably not, but I bet they're taking their fucking sweet time with Doom. Because they're doing another.
Yeah,
well, yeah, but they're still riding the coattails from the last game, though.
They gotta keep porting it to other consoles.
Well,
as is Doom tradition.
But also, like, I'm pretty positive that they want, like, they can't afford to let Doom die again, basically, with kind of this crappy thing.
It's not dead. If anything, it got rejuvenated.
No, it did. I'm saying before.
But now that it's alive, they can't let it die out.
I'm pretty sure after Rage and after Wolfenstein, not the two newer ones. You remember the other one that was
the
weird
one...
and meh?
Yeah,
it was a pretty average game. After those two games, I'm pretty sure Doom expectations could not have been lower, especially after the years of we had to re-scrap the whole thing because it was going to be a Call of Duty in London thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like, if
you mean
Doom,
Wolfenstein was pretty much almost.
But just because it was id, just because it was id. Oh no, you're right. But I'm saying, like, Doom can't afford to go back to that era, and I think Mad Max kind of being successful in that, like, Rage is kind of their apocalyptic IP, and those seem to be kind of hot, you know.
Yeah,
those are kind of a thing right now. Not super, but people want to get away from just the war that Call of Duty and Battlefield are just running forever. So they want to find their own way to do kind of a first-person thing. And I think them running towards an open world, kind of more fun, shootery kind of thing, especially since Borderlands is basically dead. That's the other thing. Like, we talked about Borderlands, but Borderlands seems to be dead. So, especially with Randy Pitchford going crazy.
Well, Randy, I don't know what happened to that motherfucker.
Anyway, that's the only thing I know about for the E3, but I'm sure we'll get more E3 news when we get closer to E3.
Halo 6 though.
Whatever.
I know. As far as I'm concerned, you've heard it first here. Anything past 3, and yes, this is coming from a motherfucker who owns Halo 4. As far as I'm concerned, that's not in my library. Anything past Halo 3. No, I'll even give Reach.
I was going to say, didn't you like Halo Reach?
No, because I played... You know why, Tim? The problem is because I played enough of Reach. If I didn't play Reach, I'd be like, fuck Reach, but I did. I can't even front. I can't lie to our listeners like that. I played Reach. Anything past Reach is fucking dead. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the Halo franchise is dead to me.
Yep.
I refuse to play another fucking Halo game. It's like, I could sit here and be like, oh, like, you know, people could be like, oh, Tyler, you know, you're not allowing it to change. I don't think you like change. I'm like, no, it's gone away from what the core values of Halo is. Like, especially with the games I've seen recently, like the re-releases done, like kind of like Gears of War 4, or the new. Hold on, can we talk about this real quick?
Oh,
God of War. I want to talk about God of War.
Sure. I mean, the news is that I saw a headline on Twitter or something, or Google, that God of War was the top of the UK sales charts for the 4th week in a row.
Jesus Christ. But God of War...
Not surprised in the slightest.
Nope.
That's a game that reinvented itself, but still kept its, like, core God of War feel.
Yeah, Kratos is still a douchebag, so it's perfect.
He's not a big a dude. No, Leslie can confirm.
He's just a mad dad.
He's just a mad dad. He's not as big of a douchebag as he was in the original trilogy.
It'd be hard to be that big of one.
Because I played, so Leslie's like, oh, I want to see. So I beat God of War 4 over the weekend.
You mean Ascension?
No,
oh, no, the new one. The new one.
Norse mythology one, which I highly recommend. It's probably I will say this, it's probably one of my favorite games now.
Wow.
Actually. Like if I would have to
Wow.
find it I would have to find a place on the top 10 for it. Not an honorable mention.
Wow.
Yes.
That's strong.
It filled me with so much wonder. Like with the setting and everything, the cinematic scenes were great. The only problem I had with the game was the lack of variety in enemies.
Yeah, I've been
Which
watching
is-
a Let's Play, and I know that's kind of blasphemous, but I don't have a PlayStation 4, and I certainly don't have the money for it with this move. But I gotta say, yeah, the only thing that's disappointing is it really looks like there's not a lot of enemy types.
There isn't, but it's still the combat is still very engaging, even with the lack of enemy types.
Enemy diversity.
Yeah, like it's still like I still have a lot of fun just kicking the shit out of stuff, and then like, you know, just like any other God of War game, you know, the more you unlock, like the further you get into the game, like the more things that the game allows you to do, like more moves, more weapons.
Show me a move.
Yeah, like it's just, oh man, it's so great. And I easily dumped like 35 hours into the game and I'm still not done with it. Like, I mean, I beat the main story,
But there's
but
so
there's
many.
still
Yeah.
there's just a lot of stuff to do. It's
Cool.
really good.
I know we're still kind of on the C3 thing, but we really should try to keep moving because we can even cut this. Apparently, it was the week of cut shows. Apparently, some Brooklyn 911.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine got canceled by Fox incorrectly because Fox doesn't know how to evaluate shows, and NBC's like, nah, fuck you. We're buying that show from you.
After Hulu and Netflix both passed.
Because Fox is retarded.
I'm surprised because Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Was
seems like
doing
it has a
well.
huge viewer base.
The problem
now there's also that sci-fi show. It's on Reddit everywhere, Freeman. You've seen it.
I'm not sure I know which one you're talking about.
Some sci-fi show constantly shows up on Reddit just as much as Brooklyn did, with people being like, "Oh my god!"
Oh,
save the
Firefly?
show." No.
No.
It's a new
Like
show.
a new one. You're
One
talking
that
about a new
wasn't
show.
canceled.
Something on sci-fi that everyone's like, "Oh my god, where is it?" I just saw here it is. The Expanse. Apparently, it's really good
I've
sci-fi
never
show. And
heard of
everyone's
it.
like, "Oh my god."
The problem
Sorry,
is,
Freeman, keep going.
and I'm gonna make up the numbers to like exaggerate this for detail. But let's say Brooklyn Nine-Nine has like 5 million viewers, on watch night. Fox is like, yeah, that's great and all, but brand new shows always premiere at 8 million. And our advertisers like that number better. Let's cancel Brooklyn Nine-Nine so we have a spot open for a new show where we can pull in 8 million. And it's the greediest fucking mentality in the world because they only want to see what show can get more ad viewership, as opposed to something like Netflix or Hulu where they don't care, how many people are watching it day of. They just care how many people would pay to watch this show because all they care about is people wanting to subscribe. They don't give a shit how many people are viewing, but if you subscribe for a show, then it's worth it. And these shows have like devout followings,
which I think is fucked up because I'm like, I understand like they want to get money and shit, but like it's either they would not cut the show off soon enough, or they would kill it like while it was at its prime, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But then they would have House or 24 that would run for literally 12 fucking seasons. And it's like, this show died like 5 seasons ago. Just let it go.
What I really don't understand is advertisers as well as the networks use ratings as the base metric, but ratings do not account for any kind of streaming or recording data like DVR or TiVo. It's not accounted for, and advertisers still insist on using whatever like the rating data is. It's just live watchers.
Oh yeah,
so
it's bad.
Yeah, 9-9 is really popular with our generation, which is all about streaming. So it's real fucking stupid.
Fox is just bad.
Fox is awful.
Fox has never known how to like run a proper show. I don't understand what the deal is. Speaking of bad management.
Speaking of running shows awfully and fucking.
No. We missed one.
What?
No,
shit.
Running studios poorly.
Instead of running studios poorly.
Running studios poorly.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
BossKey Productions is gone. They're no more. BossKey Productions was started a couple years ago by game industry juggernaut Cliff Bleszinski, or Cliffy B, most people know him as.
Yep.
He worked heavily on the Unreal Tournament franchise when that was popular, and then he went on to spearhead Gears of War. And then after that trilogy was done, he's like, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And so he made BossKey that made Lawbreakers. And even though Lawbreakers was hyped as hell, it was garbage.
I remember seeing that trailer and being like, is this Overwatch?
Yeah. And you know what? We were talking kind of about this before the episode, but he attributes his current failures, at least partially, to, oh, you know, we should just we had this idea forever ago, we just didn't execute it. It's like, no, man, you didn't execute it well. You should know this by now. And like, I feel bad, you know, like it sucks because Cliffy B is like, I've been a fan of his ever since Gears of War, and then I was
he was a big deal.
he was a big deal.
When they
but
rolled it
then
out at E3, people lost their shit.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Like, you know, he's up there with one of the greatest, you know, best designers of all time, of like, you know, Hideo, and he is.
You're making me think of that. I'm sorry.
What?
Cliffy B had one of the best games of all time.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, but Cliffy B had one of the best. Man, fucking Gears of War, like, I just thought was great. I thought it was just amazing.
Gears of War 1 really set things on fire, it seemed like.
Yeah, like 2 was mad, but like they brought it back with 3, and I was like, all right, this is pretty dope.
And then 4 is supposed to be good.
4 is really good, but obviously he didn't work on that game.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was busy working at this studio.
He was busy working at this studio making flopping titles.
Whoops.
I'm not sorry, but like that's just how it is. If you make a game and no one's into it, then that's it. It's done.
Wasn't there a few weeks ago he was in an interview, he was like, we're working on a game that's going to be like Fortnite but better.
Yeah.
It's just
and then it's like, oh no,
it's like Jay-Z but better.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, like that was one of the things. He's like, oh, you know, we're a little behind the curve on the whole battle royale scene.
Slaving away.
It's like, you think so, huh? You think so? Man, fuck Fortnite.
I wish everyone would just stay behind on the battle royale scene. We don't need everyone on the front lines here.
We don't, but it's fine though, because then all the squeakers go to Fortnite, and I don't even play Fortnite.
Oh my god, okay. Did you see Donkey's video of Fortnite?
Yes, no. Oh my god. I'll watch Donkey play Fortnite.
Freeman, he spends the whole video.
Hilarious.
Tyler, what's the jackass's name?
Oh,
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. He's like, yo, I'm Jake Paul. Yo, you're not Jake Paul. He's a fake.
He's like 12-year-old kids. He's like, I'm Jake Paul. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah. He's just going around telling all these like squeakers, I'm Jake Paul. And they're like, you're not Jake Paul. Wait, is he Jake Paul? He's not Jake
Guys, he's not Jake Paul.
I should do that. I should download. Well, I have Fortnite downloaded, unfortunately.
Well, fuck you. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of
sad, depressing shit,
it's
time for the weeb shit.
Ooh.
All right, let's do it big this week. The first 2 topics will be indented better. Anyway, so Adult Swim put out a trailer this weekend during their Saturday night run that's on YouTube right now, where they brought in all the dub actors for Fooly Cooley Alternative and Fooly Cooley Progressive to talk about their characters and the roles they're doing. And it was honestly a really cool video. They gave you a little bit about who all the new characters are. They had a long section with Carrie Walgren, who's the voice of Haruko, talking about like just how prolific Fooly Cooley is as a show and just how was her first like voice acting role. It's pretty cool. But they showed off a lot of the new cast coming in, and it also includes the voice actors for Noctis and Prompto from Final Fantasy 15. And I'm very excited to see them both getting more work after I misspelled Prompto's name in the notes. But more importantly, I was sitting there waiting for some of the like the legacy voice actors, all like the ones you saw in the 2000s anime that just like defined the California voice acting scene. And there was almost no one in there until my boy Steve Bloom rolls in. For anyone who doesn't know who Steve Bloom is,
the
Steve
big
Bloom
guns.
is the voice of Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop. He's the voice of Leron in Gurren Lagann. He's so many good characters, and I was excited to see him back. But then he said something in this video. He's like, I'm excited to be doing anime again because anime isn't dubbed in California anymore. And I sat there and I'm like, wait, what? And I realized all the major California dubbing studios closed down because every voice actor joined the voice actors union, which is why all these anime voice actors started transitioning into games. And the only time they get pulled in is to like voice characters in sequels that Funimation is like really trying to get the original cast back for. Which is why like pretty much everyone from Gurren Lagann isn't doing voice acting anymore, at least in anime, which is kind of sad.
That's pretty crazy.
But more importantly, Fooly Cool is coming out real soon. I think I'm actually gonna be at Anime Next the weekend it airs. Which means Weebs will be losing their fucking mind that weekend. Holy shit!
I just reminded myself of that Vine. I got my hat on backwards. It's summer and it's time to fucking party. And then he smashes his head into the garage door. See, I'm glad you guys are laughing because it means you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. You guys remember that one. It's time to fucking party. Bam!
Oh my god. Alright, so I think... Alright, no. So this is the only bad news. The rest I think is pretty good news this week. So the industry is in distress. I've brought this up several times in the past.
Dying industry.
Studios are struggling to get animators for projects. This week alone, we've seen, and I'm gonna put Food Wars to the side because I realize it's not an animation project. It's the director is a fucking retard. But their studio is doing exactly what the director told them to do. So it's not an issue of staffing or anything. They've confirmed this. But what is happening is Sword Art Online alternative Gun Gale Online, which is actually legitimately good, is so behind on episodes. They have an unplanned recap episode as the 5th episode of a 12-episode show. You only have 80 minutes of content in your series and you're doing a recap episode. I don't understand. How are they this far behind? And on top of this, Tokyo Ghoul Re, the other big show of the season, there are rumors that it's going to skip 2 weeks because they're so far behind on animation.
Wow.
These are two of the like biggest shows for Western normie anime fans right now.
Western normie anime fans.
And none of them can pump out 12 episodes. I can't believe this is happening. We're going to start moving to an era of 6-episode series before long. Mark my words.
That's crazy, man.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe there's no animators. But speaking of no animators, it seems like all of my crying and worrying was for nothing because it sounds like One Punch Man Season 2 is being animated at the moment. And this is an unconfirmed rumor. One of the, it's like an unofficial One Punch Man news Twitter account from Japan posted that on August 12th, they'll be doing a special animation preview of One Punch Man 2, meaning that it's going to be like a, not like an internet screen, it's more like an in-person in Japan screening of either the first episode or sections of the first episode. The point is, this is a partial confirmation, you know, if they can confirm this, that One Punch Man 2 is in development, which means hopefully they're doing that thing where they get it all done before the season starts, there's no production issues, and just air it when it's done.
Look, these animation issues wouldn't be a problem if they just canceled all the shitty shows that you and Luigi watch and
No, because the studio doing One Punch Man 2 is doing Food Wars. I don't want to cancel.
Oh, God.
Look, there's
I was starting to watch Food Wars too.
So much...
Freeman told us.
Yes, because you're going to talk about this on the What Did We Watch This week.
Oh, save the energy, Tyler.
All right, but I'll rapid fire real quick, so I want to hear you talk about this. But
we gotta talk about
in the last weeks. I think it was 2 weeks ago, not this week. But the Attack on Titan Season 3 trailer came out, and Funimation happily provided us US weebs with subtitles. And it really plays up that this season is not humans versus Titans. This season is humans versus humans. And it even showed off 2 people fighting, Levi and a new character who I won't disclose the name of, even though they fucking revealed in the trailer, are having this like sword and gun fight while swinging through the city.
Whoa.
I am hyped. It looked real good.
Yeah, it's about to get fucking sweaty.
I can't wait for July 22nd. And then the last bit of news I saw today, it seems really weird, is Funimation is releasing their simuldubs on Amazon. So they've got my favorite right now, Fullmetal Panic, and then my other favorite right now, My Hero Academia, releasing dubs on Amazon, despite the fact that they're partially owned by the streaming company that runs VRV, which wanted their simuldubs as an exclusive content. So
fuck you, VRV.
But in the meantime, Funimation is also partially owned by, well, not Sony. Maybe it's Sony. I don't know. They're owned by, or no, it's Universal.
Oh.
or someone. Point is, they're owned by another group that has no interest in being on Amazon or VRV. So I have no idea what Funimation's endgame is here. But in the meantime, more people can watch. So
Yeah.
can't be too mad.
Simuldubs are always good news.
Yeah, especially with how fast they're
Popular.
pumping out the Hero Academia one. Like, it's already on TV.
Dude. Oh my
Even-
god, yeah,
even the
that's
dub
a
watchers are
story.
hyped.
The Toonami release starting?
Yeah.
That's a
I
pretty
remember-
big deal.
I remember starting with Space Dandy. They were really pumping for like shows to come out as close as possible to when they're in Japan. And I think we're
Space
only
Dandy.
at a three-week gap on Hero Academia, which is
That's not
real
bad.
close. Especially
Speaking
since it wasn't
of,
produced in
though-
advance. But let's move on to what did we watch this week?
Oh, so we have I've been preparing for this for over a week now. Everyone at home, we have a very special guest here to talk about My Hero Academia this week. We would like to finally welcome Tyler to the show to talk
Wow.
about My Hero Academia.
Wow. As long as Leslie doesn't fucking hear this episode, I'll be alive and I can keep watching
Well,
My
so
Hero.
I don't understand. Is the show just too emotional that she doesn't actually want to watch it?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure because Tyler,
But it's an action show.
Tyler sent a message to us.
To the
when we were
boys
watching.
specifically,
To the Noise Boys.
the boys chat.
So Tyler, what are you thinking of season 3 so far?
Man, it's pretty good, man. That's all I gotta say about that. It's just good.
Are you?
I
both up
got
to
nothing
date?
else outside of that. No emotional things happened.
Nope.
It was pretty tame, you know.
Yeah.
I totally didn't cry or anything at episode 4.
Nope.
That didn't happen.
Nope.
I don't know what people are talking about, this episode 4, but
Oh my
shit
God.
didn't happen. All right, nothing
Are-
happened.
Are you both caught up though? Did you both watch this weekend?
Oh,
Yes,
I didn't
I
watch
was-
this weekend.
I was able to
no,
see this weekend's
unfortunately.
Hero. I didn't see this weekend's Food Wars. I got caught up with something yesterday.
Oh my.
Yeah, no,
I
I
know,
couldn't.
right?
I couldn't watch. I couldn't watch this weekend.
Well, you didn't miss. I mean, everything's slowing down since episode 4, but it's still pretty spicy.
No,
There was
the
some-
the waifu wars have just begun again thanks to this
Oh
week.
my god! I
Well-
can see that.
Yes, we'll talk about this in great depth, Tyler.
Oh
Disappoint.
man,
Disappoint. Fucking. Oh my god. So creepy. Ugh.
no,
And
it's
Tyler, you could probably guess that a villain who was a female who looked creepy all the time is really creepy.
well, yeah,
But like in a
Yeah.
waifu kind of way.
in
No,
a
that-
waifu kind of way. Stop, no.
I gotta
No.
say though, this week went from like 0 to 100, right at the fucking end again.
Yes.
It's total bullshit.
Every week is gonna be a plot twist for the rest of the weeks.
It's so
believe it.
fucking annoying.
Get ready for 4 more months of sweatiness.
So, okay, this spoiler alert, Bakugo's in the episode, which spoiler alert, Freeman, his face when they're
Holy
talking
fuck,
about
that was the best part of the episode. I loved it so much.
That was so funny.
Oh god.
Tyler, it's not even there's a scene where everyone is talking so you know what happened in at least last week where they found out about Bakugo, right? Where
Yeah.
he's running around telling everyone.
Yeah.
They meet up with Bakugo, and everyone's just standing around him, talking about protecting him, and he's just standing there with this incredible blank look on his face. And he looks like such an idiot, and it's so hilarious. Oh my god.
God damn.
He's just like in a daze as everyone talks about protecting him, and he doesn't even say "fuck you." He's just like, "What? I'm confused." Oh
what?
god, it was funny. Yeah, it was as always. My Hero was good this weekend.
My Hero's good. It's always
Um,
good.
But
Tyler, I'm
You want
so
me-
glad you watched episode 4 though. Fuck man, that's so much good shit this.
It was man hasn't let me down yet. And it probably
and
won't.
then in,
hold on, I
even
need to know.
oh.
Tyler, I was stalking everyone who watches my Crunchyroll account. I need to know, were you the one marathoning Food Wars?
Yeah.
All right. How far did
Yeah.
you make it?
I got it to Dish 22.
District.
that means
Yeah, so the
nothing.
very end. No. I'll tell you exactly where I ended.
Okay.
The elections arc, the first round. So like they're done with the first round of.
Oh, you're
the
headed for
elections.
Spice Town. Oh
So
my
which
god.
was-
Wait, hold on. Did you finish episode 24? You stopped at 22. Someone on here watched 23 and 20.
Oh, maybe it was 24. Then I finished.
Did it end with
It ended. Yeah, it ended.
with the end of the Curry showdown?
Yes.
So you
Oh,
got to
yes.
see my waifu Megumi's greatest episode.
Yeah. Oh, was that her greatest episode?
That was her. Yes, that's my favorite moment from Megumi so far.
Which was
Perfect.
fun.
That was her
I like
redemption.
watching her grow as a character.
Yep.
She's pretty cool. I think it's cool. Leslie caught a couple episodes with me, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yep, of course.
I assume she couldn't appreciate art.
Yeah.
I will okay.
I see
So-
she's not a man of culture as well.
If we're talking about Food Wars, this past episode, oh my god, this show is like dangerously getting close to Friedman specific anime territory, in that it's
Whoa, back up.
getting even dumber and more ridiculous in anime as shit. But it was also so fucking awesome.
I don't like this comment of Friedman level of anime.
I don't like
Freeman,
this.
Supposed to mean.
Freeman, we've progressed from clothes exploding off of people to naming the moves that explode the clothing off of people. It's not just a thing that happens anymore. People recognize it as an event that occurs when you eat certain foods.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
perfectly fine
fucking,
with that.
Yeah, of course you are.
Look,
but like,
me and my friends who watch it on weekends, we've given up on any sense of realism on the foodgasms ever since. This is not a real spoiler, Tyler, but at the first half of season 3, they do this thing where 2 people are cooking and they like steal a dish for someone else to try. Or no, maybe it's season 2 it happens. But point is, these girls grab this one dish and someone's like, "It's like I'm being attacked," and they suddenly cut this giant ship in the middle of space, firing up like a Death Star laser beam
Oh
at
my
one of the girls,
God.
who hits her, and her clothes just explode off, and she screams. And then it just cuts back to real life as if nothing happened. At that point, me and my friends like, "That's it. We've reached the pinnacle. Nothing they do in this show is going to seem like real or groundbreaking anymore. It's just going to be a parody of itself."
I mean, there's
sort of
been
where we
some
are right
things that I was questioning, like a tomato prince.
There should be a lot of things to
Kissing
question.
someone.
Tyler, have you seen the signature move of the head of the academy?
No, I haven't seen him do anything yet.
No, because he's the judge for the next round.
Oh my god. So amazing. Oh god.
You know, I feel like
you should've- or actually, yeah, no, you don't see him. till
no,
next
I
round.
haven't seen him do anything.
Yeah, no, he's the
Except in the
judge.
beginning, the only thing he did so far was like, pass Soma because her fucking granddaughter's a bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
No,
just a
he's,
thirsty
you're
ass
about
hoe.
to
She's
see
like,
more of
"Oh."
he's the judge when it starts becoming 1v1s in the season.
Oh. See, I gotta take a break from it though, because when I was like watching it, I'm like, it's literally like, I don't know, I'm like, all right, it's not like nothing is surprising. It's not like that, but it's like, okay, I'm just watching people taste food.
So I exclusively
Some
watch the
weird
show while I'm
scenes
eating.
happen. Blah blah blah. Like, oh, someone does something unique. Like,
Blah blah blah.
I just need a break.
Tyler.
What? I'm balls deep.
How
in it
dare you
already.
insult an anime that Tim likes?
Yeah. I'm not
Fuck you!
Freeman,
You
I don't-
insult the shit we like all the time, Tim.
No, I don't.
All
I
the
never
time.
do
No,
that.
you don't. All right, whatever.
Never.
All right,
Why do
whatever.
I do that?
All right, whatever.
I mean, I insulted Freeman's dumb anime, but
Whoa, hey!
Whoa.
Fuck out of here!
I'm kidding. All right, Freeman, time you can talk about the shows that you watched now.
Okay, so the dub of Full Metal Panic 4: Invisible Victory finally came out on Funimation's site. So I watched with a bunch of my buddies who we all watched this show back when the second raid came out in like 2007. I have never been so happy in my life to see this show back with the whole original cast. On top of that, the main couple who has been in this are they or aren't they state for the last 13 years held hands in the first episode. This is groundbreaking in anime land because people don't even kiss each other in romance shows anymore. I was smiling ear to ear. I'm so happy the show's back. I saw episode 2 last night. It's fucking amazing. I was really skeptical because unlike the original series where they had robots hand-drawn, they showed up they were doing CG robots for this, which is always a little shitty. but they did something with the robots that makes their movement seem a lot more fluid than your typical like CG robot in a show, which was really cool. Especially considering they did a car chase sequence all in CG and it looked really awful. But that said, I'm really excited for Full Metal Panic 4. If you have not seen Full Metal Panic and don't mind sitting through a 2001 semi-romance, semi-robot battle anime, Full Metal Panic is legit. And this season is looking real great. But onto more important robot shit, because there's waifus involved. Darling in the Franxx.
Darling in the Franxx.
I didn't get a chance to talk about it last week.
Hype?
Is this hype? So Tim, I don't know if you want to go back and edit this meme as the picture during this part, so that viewers can see.
Maybe if I remember.
But I made a stupid Darling in the Franxx meme exclusively for our show notes, which is is this a pigeon butterfly man? But is this hype with Darling in the Franxx? Point is, I made that meme before I watched the most recent episode, which I watched like 20 minutes before we started recording. Up until today's episode, Darling in the Franxx have been doing this thing where they just keep adding new mysteries on and they don't explain anything. And last week, we kind of hit the tipping point. There are too many questions, and no one's answering a goddamn thing. And finally, this week gave us a bunch of the answers we were asking for. But then at the very end of the episode, they doubled the number of questions unanswered again.
God.
They can't keep getting away with this. But they're getting away with this. I can't believe it. There's 7 episodes left to explain everything. And it's really actually getting interesting. The problem is, most people who like robot anime are going to fucking hate this because it's all character mystery and has nothing to do with the robots. They haven't even piloted for 4 episodes. I don't know. I want to recommend this to people, but I'm concerned it's going to end up like trash. Because you can't just leave all that mystery to the end. But not more importantly, semi-importantly, one of the voice actors of the main 8 characters was hospitalized this weekend. Apparently, he has some kind of autoimmune disease, which is pretty rare. God. But that's bad. We think that he might be out for the remainder of the show. They haven't announced a recast. I don't know how close they're cutting it week to week, but his character had a single line this week.
Uh-oh.
But the thing is, I don't know. They may have had to like cut some stuff so his shots weren't in. But the point is, it's really shitty because this was the season where he was finally taken off. He was in 3 like prominent roles. He's been kind of struggling as a voice actor for a while. Now he's out when he finally ended a big role. Everyone's just feeling pretty bad for him. We're hoping he makes a recovery, especially because his character is really good. And we want to see where he goes because he's definitely the most like he's the most like grounded character in the cast. So a lot of us resonate with him because all the other characters are fucking retarded. And we want to see him succeed and not just get shit on by the main characters like he's been week to week. And the last thing I did was I finished Violet Evergarden after putting that one off. It was a very emotional show. There's literally like 4 action scenes. Don't expect an action show if you want to watch this, but this is definitely one of the most beautiful animes that Netflix has acquired the rights to. So if you like watching Netflix anime, you like watching dub shows, I recommend Violet Evergarden, but with the stipulation that you keep in mind, it is an episodic show. It's an emotional show. It's nothing like Sword Art Online. That's everything I could say in a nutshell to people who watch anime on Netflix. And that's it for the weeb shit.
Interesting.
Whew. Wow.
It's a lot of shit.
That's right. Oh. That's 2 weeks of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, before we continue,
please do.
Do we? I'm sorry. I forgot. We forgot. Are we gonna ignore the fact that there are gonna be 70 more episodes of Rick and Morty?
Oh shit! I forgot to put it in the news.
That's practically weeb shit.
So this is weird because previously Dan Harmon has expressed how difficult it was to write the last season of Rick and Morty, and how he didn't think A, Adult Swim would want more episodes, or B, they even had the ability to write more episodes. But then Justin Roiland tweets out, Adult Swim just purchased 70 more episodes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's official, Morty. 70 more adventures,
7 more seasons, Morty.
You and me, Morty. 70 more, Morty.
I get those
jeez. And that was tweeted out last week.
And it's been radio silence since then, so I don't know what the heck is actually going on.
I feel like we have to be so far away from those episodes, and it's going to be like a season every 2 years or something like that. It can't come that fast.
14 more years, Morty.
It makes sense. I don't know. If it's anything like season 3, I'm not as excited as I was when I finished season 2. Let me say that.
And I'll say, like, I'm kind of worried because I mean,
Oh,
it's
no,
like
man, I like Morty's Mind Blowers.
3 was cool, but
Fuck
like,
you, interdimensional cable. I don't care.
No, fuck you.
How-
Morty's Mind Blowers is a fun change of pace.
how are they gonna?
Yeah.
That's my
keep that?
controversial opinion.
Yeah, and then we could do 7 more seasons with interdimensional cable instead. It's perfect.
Like, how
Sorry,
are they
Tyler,
gonna? Oh, Jesus Christ! How are they gonna like keep up? Like 70 more episodes? Like, how are they gonna keep up the show being fresh?
Translation, they're not.
Yeah, like that. Like that's something that really bothers me about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? I mean, have we heard? Okay, I know he tweeted that out. Was there any corroboration from anyone that that's true? Are we sure that Justin Roiland didn't just like prank everybody?
All right, guys, let's fact check the news.
I mean,
I'm
Fake
actually.
news,
that's
please.
fine.
Let's go.
I mean, Adult Swim. I didn't hear anything about Adult Swim coming out and disputing this.
New York
they
Times
didn't
is reporting
confirm-
it.
Oh
It's
no!
gotta
You know
be
what?
real.
Rick and Morty, the official Twitter, tweeted the picture.
I'm not. It doesn't seem that legit to me.
Are you serious?
I'm joking with you. If the Rick and Morty official Twitter tweeted it, it's real.
I know.
Oh shit!
It's just like it seems like an insane number. Like, okay,
only
to put it
7
in
seasons.
perspective, there have been 30 episodes made and released of Rick and Morty, and we're asking for more than double that again?
Yeah,
That just seems impossible. Like, actually nuts.
I'm gonna tell you this: Adult Swim just buys shit that seems successful. Think about how they brought back Fooly Cooly, a 6-episode show from more than a decade ago. That's loved for how it was like a piece of the era. And they're like, yes, 2 more seasons, but make it modern. I don't know.
me
For marketing
either.
people seem to think it's a good idea.
We'll see.
I mean, I don't blame them for wanting more Rick and Morty. It's the number that just seems weird.
But it's so weird too because wasn't there like a dispute about pay and everything after how successful the show was, and also so many shitty people like the show.
Look, man, it makes them money.
That's
They
a
don't give a shit about the fan
problem,
base.
I guess.
You know, that's a typical thing.
Ever since the Szechuan sauce thing, it's like, oh my god. I
Ever
don't wanna
since
be
the
associated with
Szechuan
this show.
sauce.
Tim, you've seen what my people have done. They still make anime.
Fuck.
Yeah, true.
All right, so what's our topic? We don't know.
All right, so when we come back, our topic is going to be Brigitte from Overwatch 2 LP, and should she be banned in Vintage/Legacy
Wait.
Magic the Gathering?
Yeah,
This isn't really Magic news, but there will be a lot of Magic news next week, so we're just pre-warning
Christ
you because
Almighty! I might as well just fucking.
Might as well just take some
Because-
sleeping pills.
Yeah.
announcement day for the second half of this year is Friday, so we're gonna find out lots of new sets for the rest. What the new sets are for the rest of the year, probably, and hopefully some info about Commander and all
You
that
just
sort of
had to
stuff.
fucking start talking about Magic when we
I'm
had a
mentioning
whole
that we'll talk
episode
about it next week.
not having Magic, but you
Oh
still
my
gotta
God.
do it anyway
Yeah, because you guys
Fucking
talked about Overwatch
for
Jeez.
2 seconds.
Two
So what-
seconds. It was like 10 minutes.
That's
Well,
how you think
when
I
we get
feel.
back, we'll figure out if Lightning Bolt counters Brigitte in Vintage or not.
Yeah,
Perfect.
stay tuned. And welcome back, everyone, to the TNT podcast. Our topic for today, we're gonna be talking about some stupid Magic stuff.
Yeah,
Nah, I'm just kidding. We're gonna talk about
Let's
something
fucking
that...
do it. Oh,
No, absolutely not. Because if that were the case, I wouldn't even be leading us back in, would we? Would I?
Nah, you'd be
Be
asleep.
it. I'd be taking a nap. You would see me muted in the Discord.
What?
You would see that mute icon right next to Bubba.
Oh god.
So what's the
Exactly.
real topic?
Real topic is we're gonna go around and we're gonna talk about getting older as a game, or what's the title? It's like getting older as a gamer, pretty much. We're gonna talk about how we played and what our trends were back then, give or take 10 years, and then comparing to, nowadays, like, well, now what affects our buying practices, how we've changed as gamers, and what we look for in games compared to what we used to go for when we were younger.
Sweet.
Yeah. Who wants to start off?
I can
I
tell.
will.
Yeah, I say Tim.
Yeah, I never start the topic. Fuck.
Yeah, go for it. You're on the spot.
I know, it's weird.
What was little Tim like back in the
An
day?
idiot. Very dumb. Very lazy.
So were we all. But what kind of lazy were you?
Look, I'm the kind of lazy who didn't actually beat the Zelda games that everyone apparently beat as a kid. I never beat fucking Majora's Mask. I wasn't smart enough.
Oh, is that how you felt? Because I'll tell you what.
I don't know. Dude, if you go anywhere on the internet these days, everyone's like, I remember beating Zelda like 50 times because that was my favorite game as a kid. And I'm like, I had different priorities as a gamer as a kid.
Yeah, so
I don't
like,
know. It's funny, as a kid,
as when you were younger.
I don't know. I mean, I've said before that my first ever game was Pokemon Stadium.
Hell yeah.
Solid choice.
Those
I was
mini
just
games.
a lot more. I think I've realized I was a lot more into linear stuff as a kid. I actually think that. I mean, I've talked a lot over the past few months about Witcher 3 and how much I love the story of that game. I think my love of the RPG genre actually only came about because as a kid, anything with a real story railroaded you into it. You didn't really get to branch out a lot, so you kind of had to face the story, and if it was good, then you noticed. And I feel like these days I play a lot of games that have like it feels like a lot of what I look for in a game these days calls back to what I did as a kid, even though I didn't really recognize it. Like, if I didn't have fun playing a game, I wouldn't play a game. It was that simple back then. I had to enjoy what I was doing on like a simple level, and that really has carried forward, because if I look at a game and I think that doesn't look fun to play, I won't play it. And I know that sounds really simplistic, but it's like it still appeals to that part of me where it's like I have to want to play the game on a gameplay basic level. I have to be interested in the gameplay while also still enjoying the story and the world around it.
I mean, here's a question for you. Would you say maybe, like, with your vast experience of playing so many games, because like I kind of feel this way too. Like, do you think like you can look at a gameplay for something like for a new IP and say to yourself like, I could see myself not enjoying this game because of the gameplay, or just even the way it looks? It's like, okay, I feel like this might not be for me.
No, well, that's definitely the case. I can definitely look at something and be like, "There's no."
Yeah.
I don't know, because like I look at things like Overwatch even, and I'm like, I might enjoy playing that, but as we'll get into more, it also is so much more about you only have. It plays into a lot of other things we're going to bring up, but there's so much more of a needed focus on a game. Like, look at Luigi. He still plays WoW as one of his primary 2 games at any given time, and he's done that for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like right now on YouTube, I'm releasing 2 games at a given time, and that feels like a really good number to be playing at once. It feels really good to have 2 good games to be doing at one time. So to get into that list of things that I want to play at a given time is actually a really big challenge.
Actually, hold on. Can I chime in with something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm noticing some what you're describing. Something I was going to bring up, but playing a game feels like an obligation now. When you start a game, you're obligated to continue. You're obligated to continue playing it. As a kid, I never used to feel that. If I was going to start a game, it's like, cool, this is the game I'm going to play. But now it's like, do I really want to dedicate my time to that game?
Yeah,
because
that's
like
certainly
you're
true. Because as a
investing
kid,
your
it was
time.
like, I'm just going to fucking play.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is? Honestly, I think a big part of that is no matter how much you were into it, most kids with a system rented a game at least once. So it was for me at least, that meant I was trying a game. That was like a demo almost, more than actually trying to beat the game. So there was a lot less impetuous to actually beat the game and really focus through it, because it's like, oh, we're out $5 because I don't really love this game actually.
Man, I miss renting. I know that was random, but man, I miss
No,
that.
yeah,
No.
no. Basically, let you get like a trial of a full game.
Right.
Yeah. Or you beat the game.
Or you beat the game and you're like, all right, I got my money's worth out of it, actually.
Yeah.
Didn't Sony have a feature like that where you could like rent a game for a weekend or something for a while?
Yeah,
But like, I think no
they
one was
could-
using it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
they
the
did.
same. If I
have
can't
it.
go into a room that doesn't smell like VHSs, I'm not renting a game.
Freeman, you remember Easy Video.
I remember Easy Video. That was quite a smell that store had.
Tyler, you remember the CVS that we go to
Yes.
near us?
Mhm.
I think we talked about this on a previous episode.
Down away from the Panera, where the Panera is now.
Mhm.
Not the last store, which is that Jewish grocery store, but the one that shares kind of the doorway with it.
Yeah.
That used to be a rental place called Easy Video.
Huh.
And they had mostly shitty movies, but a few games. And I would only go in and look at the games because I didn't give a fuck about the movies.
Well, yeah.
But they had a small selection, and there was a smell in there. It didn't smell
There's
great.
a smell in there.
Yeah.
That
but-
had a unique smell.
That was the place we could walk to, because then it was a drive over to Broadway to go to the movie, like where right near where Platters is, like at the other end of that building
okay.
is where the Blockbuster used to be. So if you couldn't find anything at Easy Video, you had to convince a parent to drive to Blockbuster.
See, my parents didn't trust me walking all the way to Easy Video from my side of town, so they still had to drive me there.
My side of town,
Damn.
you were on the park, you were practically on the park.
I'm not on the park. I'm
Yeah, I know.
I'm blocks away from the park.
I always forget that.
I used to, like, literally, I had my parents. Sometimes there was like a good period of time where my parents would give me like an allowance, like in addition to going to the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, they would give me money to go to Blockbuster every week.
Hell yeah.
Like-
I didn't know you went to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
I went to
he's the
Yu-Gi-Oh
king of
tournaments.
Have
Yeah,
you
of
not
course.
seen him play that mobile game before?
Yeah,
I mean, I've seen him just sit there and watch the game play itself, but really, how much
Yeah.
work?
That's what Yu-Gi-Oh is in real life anyway.
I mean, pretty much. I did have this deck towards the end of my career, just real quick segment where it basically played its fucking self. Like, okay, I got this frog. Okay,
Search
I'm
for
gonna
another
put this
frog. He
frog-
comes into play.
Sir,
Put one from your
literally,
hand into play.
search for another frog. Play a monarch. Okay, it blows something up. Blow up their field. Just win the game.
Oh my god!
It was super dumb. Like, it had no magic or traps
Okay.
because
Just
nothing
all
could be on the
creatures.
field.
Or monsters, sorry.
Yeah, it had literally just monsters, and the deck was so efficient at getting like just summon fodder out. I could summon Obelisk the Tormentor and actually use it,
Woo!
Hell yeah.
which costs three special summon, but I could sack 2 monsters, which I could always do to blow up a person's side of the field. It was great. So that was a thing into my childhood, which, like, if I was still into card games, then like, yeah, I'd probably still buy them. I would have to budget. Which, yeah, Tim,
Wow.
since we're still kind of on you, did
Well,
your
no, we
parents?
can branch out. It happens all the time.
Well, yeah, no, I'll say, like, did your parents screen what you had to play? Like, did they pay attention closely to the rating system?
The only thing I distinctly remember, the only thing I can confirm, is that they did not enjoy the thought of me playing GTA.
That
Oh,
was
but I played-
every
Yeah.
parent. That was
But I
every
played-
parent.
It's gonna
I
make
played
them
at
know
Ed's
about
house.
coffee and sex.
I played at Ed's house because Ed's mom didn't give a fuck what video games they played.
Jesus.
So Ed had Vice City, so I would play Vice City at Ed's house.
Damn. Yeah, actually that's how I ended up playing Halo. I
Oh.
mentioned it on the podcast. So my dad would not let me play Grand Theft Auto. He would not let me play God of War
Oh yeah.
when it came out. But just like you, I had friends with parents who did not give a fuck. And I was able to borrow it from them. And what did I do? Oh yeah, I played it at my buddy's house, and we played in his basement because his parents didn't give a shit what he did.
This is tangentially related, but real quick, did either of you also get limited in terms of movies? Did you guys watch R-rated movies as kids?
Hell
That's
no.
the weird thing. Here's the weird thing. My parents would let me watch R-rated movies. My first R-rated movie was
Hell
Bad
no,
Boys
dude.
2.
Wow.
I went to the theaters to watch that. Like, there were boobs and everything in that movie. Granted,
Freeman,
they were dead.
Freeman, you want to know what a memory I distinctly have?
What?
Do you remember Jake B, who lived near me?
Yes.
I don't want to give a last name. I distinctly remember in elementary school him being surprised when I said I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies, and he's like, "Oh, my parents show me R-rated movies all the time."
Yeah.
Yo, same. I think I went to go see a movie with him and his dad. I didn't know it was R-rated. People were dying, and I'm like, what the heck is this movie?
What the heck is this movie?
As far as gaming, though, I definitely remember my mom was definitely the one who didn't like the violence and everything. And my dad probably agreed that GTA was a little too much. But my dad played Doom when I was really young. He apparently would play Doom with my uncles. And so by the time it came time that we got our Xbox for me and my brother to share, he was right on board with Halo.
Yeah.
So that I feel like that's kind of around the original Xbox time with Halo was where we kind of took off into more adult content of that type.
Yeah, my parents, it was actually very strange. My dad was more than okay with the violence. He did not give a shit if like you can blow a dude's head off or anything like that.
Sounds like my dad.
Yeah, they didn't care. But like when you saw strong sexual content or nudity, that was a problem. And I find that strange. I would rather have my kid like see like a pair of tits or a dick in a game. Honestly, because it's like, okay, well, then this gives me an opportunity to teach my kid about the birds and the bees.
See,
However, what?
That right there is the reason they didn't like it, because if that comes up early, that takes the power away from them to be the ones who do
Introduce
the conversation
it at their
on
pace,
their terms.
whether they do or don't.
Yeah. And I can totally understand that point of view. I would prefer if I ever have kids someday, I would prefer if they were not exposed to that kind of thing without talking to, a parent first.
Yeah, I guess I would try to talk to my kid first about it. It's like, listen, you're going to see some stuff in here you're not really going to understand. But then again, I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to expose them to things that their brain cannot handle, like extreme violence. Like they can't handle, extreme violence. Like that no kid should try to understand like what it means to decapitate a motherfucker. My dad didn't care because he was a firefighter and he was exposed to like that stuff all the time. And like my mom was like, guns were a part of her family culture since she lived out in the West for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, oh yeah, like violence is just like an everyday part of life. It's like whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But like them both being very conservative, they were like, no, you can't learn about that stuff. You're gonna have to have school talk to you about it. They actually never gave me the talk. Never. They never gave me the talk. They're like, oh, school has sex ed. All right, they're gonna talk to you about it for us.
I remember when my parents talked to my brother and I about it before my sister was born, I think. Yeah, that was oof.
Yeah, it's always a fun conversation.
I still vaguely remember parts of that conversation being like, why are we talking about this?
This is weird.
This is gross. Who would ever do that? Yeah.
Who would ever do that? Nowadays, you're like, shit. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We may or may not have gotten off topic ish.
Slightly,
yeah, dude.
Slightly.
What was the last point brought up about video games?
Renting.
Like because I rented it. I rented stuff every week.
I definitely didn't do it that much.
I did. I got to the point. Well, actually, that's how I ended up growing as a gamer. Like when I was younger, I played what everyone else played. I was basically a sheep. I was the sheep of games. Like I didn't find. I didn't go out and I didn't find games on my own. Like other people were like, "Oh, you should play this game. Oh, you should play this game." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like I should get this game because my friends are playing it. Okay. Like Pokemon. The only reason why I got Pokemon is because I mean, everybody else was playing Pokemon. The only reason why I got like Spyro the Dragon was because everybody else was getting Spyro the Dragon when they had a PS1. Like
flip side of that though, I think that's because there was no internet. Unless you subscribe to a magazine, there was no source of what games are any good other than people around you.
That is true.
I'm fully ready to chime in with this one because this rolls into the number one thing that's changed about me as a gamer.
Yeah,
magazines.
No, and it has to do with giving into hype. So I'm gonna go down memory lane here and say that I used to be a sucker for everything in Nintendo Power. So every Nintendo game, like, oh, they're hyping it up. This could be the best game ever. There's 3 issues in a row about it. And don't get me wrong, the games were pretty good, but it was one of those like just eating up the hype. And this became a bigger issue when we were in high school when the internet started to take over, and I spent every day on fucking N4G.com, my gaming news aggregator that just got from all these
wow.
And I sat there getting overhyped for shit like Smash Bros. Brawl and just inevitably getting disappointed to the point where I've stopped reading excessive amounts of game news prior to a game release and focus way more after it comes out to see if it's really worth playing.
Honestly, yeah.
And I know you guys heard about, like, my brother realized this with No Man's Sky, about how you absolutely cannot get hyped for a game that's not out yet. Which is why I've been super low key about Kingdom Hearts, and I'm more concerned about a release date than the release content.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the same boat with you. Like I want to see this content. I want to see if it's really gonna be worth it.
You want to see what the game actually fucking looks like.
Yeah, like
exactly.
Prior to God of War 4 coming out, I was like, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna look too much into it. There's a good chance it might flop. But after hearing praise and the screaming and the crying from downstairs, I'm fairly certain this is a great game and I should be playing it. So I've given up on pre-release hype and start waiting for the post-release praise before I even like consider games nowadays.
Yeah,
that's reasonable. I don't know. It feels so bad to be mostly in established stuff, but like the problem these days that we didn't have as kids is, well, you kind of had it as a kid, but along with the rental thing, if a game was shitty, you would just tell everybody and you'd never touch it again. These days, there is so much shit out there. Like, you go into the game store and you're like, oh, there's one game that has a cool box. And now it's like, oh, you go on Steam and it's like, look at all this shit.
Literally look
I
at all
don't care about any
shit.
of it. Look at how much, okay, time to go on Steam. What is on the store front page right now? Okay, I feel like Dragon's Dogma. This is Steam's recommended stuff. That's why. Steam added the featured and recommended, which is all just recommended games. Yeah, we recommend you play Witcher 3. Oh, no shit. Oh, this is why Steam, I never opened Steam to look at the store anymore, but this is, I'm pretty sure, why Steam has moved so much more towards looking at what games you own and giving you recommendations, because there is so much garbage that comes out. What the fuck are all these games? I'm just looking at what, I don't want to say any because I'm sure every single one is someone's like, oh no, it's a great game. And I'm just like, I don't care at all. I don't know. I never. Let me put it this way. When you were a kid, you would walk into the store, the rental store usually, or even the game store, buy a game you wanted after looking at the games on the shelf. Now, you don't fucking go to the store unless you know exactly what game you're looking for.
After you've watched, like, a couple hours of streams and watched a couple of reviews.
Yep. Or you're a mom. Or
you're a mom.
That's it. When you went there with the parent
I
who had the money,
likes this game.
That's when you wanted to go. Now that you have the money, no, you don't want to go.
Call of Duty. What should he get? What should I get him?
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Wait
parents-
6 months for the next one.
My parents still think I play Call of Duty. They got me some Call of Duty
Hell yeah.
leisure wear, like
man.
pants.
Oh,
And I'm just
fantastic.
like, I don't even play Call of Duty, but all right.
And it's better than my parents knowing I still play Pokemon.
Andrew, how many games have you played Pokemon?
Are you still playing? And I'll look down. Yes, I am. The new one comes out in a month. Whatever. Just downplay it as tall fuck. And then all right, quick story time. So I'm watching the Pokemon anime as a kid, and the episode where Ash gets his Charmander. For some reason, the villain of the episode has this really shitty Australian accent. And right at the end, when he tries to get Charmander back, he just yells out obnoxiously, "Charmander, return!" And my dad heard this line, and he thought it was hilarious. And he's been quoting that one line of Pokemon every time Pokemon gets brought up since 1998.
Holy shit. Charmander,
Fantastic.
return! All right, I thought nothing could top my dad makes fun of me for watching Supernatural, and he saw the one episode
As you deserve.
as I deserve. Like every time Supernatural gets brought up, because he saw the mystery spot, the one where Dean dies like every 2 seconds, and that Asia song "Heat of the Moment" comes on.
Hell yeah.
He's like, "Heat of the moment." I'm like, that's not even the main song, Dad. Come on. He's like, well, what is it? And I'm like, what's it called? Oh my god, why is my brain frying at the last second? Shit, whatever. I can't think of anything. I'm stupid, audience. But yeah, I get made fun of. I get made fun of a lot. But yeah, that's what changed for me though. Going back a little bit, I was a sheep, and then as I started frequenting the Blockbuster establishment.
Pause.
What?
Carry on, my wayward son.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
welcome.
I don't know why the fuck I forgot. It's
Who
not
knows,
like I
but
heard
let it
that
out of your
song like a
brain.
million times or anything.
I let it out of your brain. You
Every
keep
time
going.
I hear "Heat of the
Yeah.
Moment," I just think of the scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's doing the bike chase.
Oh yeah.
Like that's the movie I jump to when I hear that song.
I have not seen that movie
You
enough times.
should watch that movie. It's very good.
It's
I've seen it
funny.
once a long time ago. Tyler, keep going though.
Yeah, and so I ended up, long story short, finding stuff on my own, which is pretty nice. The only thing I miss about being a kid is having the time. Like there's the sweet spot where I started getting into like games for their quality while having time to play, like playing like nonchalant. It's like, oh, I could just start this game. I'll play it when I play it because that's pretty much all the fucking time. But now, I basically have to lose sleep if I want to play a game now.
Yeah, buddy, like God of War.
Like I lost sleep because I'm like, I want to play this game. I literally lost sleep and I lost time. Like, I've wasted days now just to play that game.
Oh damn!
Like this past Saturday and the Saturday before Freeman, I've been playing for like 8 hours.
You're glued to the TV all day.
Yeah, and because I haven't had a chance to play all
I was
week.
barely even here Saturday. I popped in for like 15 minutes to grab a jacket and go home for that Saturday event I was at, and you were just like eyes glued.
I was there, man. Yeah, Freeman saw
Leslie was
me.
passed out, and you were just like eyes glued to the screen.
Yeah, Freeman
Wow.
saw my soul get taken from me
Huh.
by this game,
And the soul screamed, "Boy!"
and the soul screamed, "Boy, you are not ready." There's quick thing. The voice actor for Kratos, he did a thing with Polygon, I think, where he voiced his Kratos. He did his Kratos voice and said a bunch of dad jokes in Kratos in his.
Oh,
Kratos
yeah, I saw
voice.
that one.
Oh.
I recommend it. It was pretty
It was
funny.
really good.
But yeah, but like so many things changed. Like while relying on my parents, like I couldn't get a lot of games unless it was Christmas. But nowadays it's like, oh, I have to budget. You know, I
Yeah.
have to see like, oh, can I afford to play this game? And it's like not so much like can I afford, can I financially afford it? It's like not only do I have enough money to buy this game, will I be able to put in the time that I want to put into this game and get my money's worth out of it? Like that's how that like unfortunately with my busy schedule, like that's how I have to think of it. Like I have 2 nights dedicated to D&D. I do this with you guys, and I work a double on Friday, and I work from 7 in the morning to 3 a.m. or 7 in the morning to 3 p.m. on Sundays. The only full day I have off is Saturdays, and I maybe have a couple hours in between here and there to like do stuff. So like I have to consider what is worth buying. Like I also have to look at other games that are coming out. Like the reason why I haven't played Hellblade is because I've had all these other games I wanted to play, and God of War was special. So I was like, I literally made time. Like I didn't even I wasn't even on the computer the whole time. I stopped playing Phoenix Wright.
Bro, you got to change that.
I know. I beat, was it the third case?
The one with the Steel Samurai? Or no?
Oh, no, that's the one I'm going to go on.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's case 3.
Yeah, that's case 3. I'm going to fight that. I'm going to play through that when I get the chance. But yeah, like I had to sacrifice, and I didn't even realize, I had no fucking clue how long God of War is going to be. I thought it was going to be a standard God of War game, be like 10 hours. No, I think I dumped at least minimum 30 hours into this game.
Dang.
And people were like, well, why haven't you beaten it yet? It's like, motherfucker, you think I got time?
Man, I can't wait till the day you sell your soul to Persona 5.
I can't. I want to play that game. I like that, and that's the thing. That's why I'm worried about playing games like that, right? Like now, if this was old high school Tyler, where he could dedicate so much time into playing games, he'd be like, Persona 5, fuck yeah, let's fucking do it tomorrow. Shit, why not start it right the fuck now? Who gives a shit? But like, and that's why I'm also skeptical of playing like Witcher 3, because those games that take a while, Tyler, I want to commit to those games. I don't want to, just drop them off after like a couple hours. And it's like, oh shit, like, I got to get back to it. I want to commit. And it just sucks that my schedule is busy right now. And so that's what sucks about being an adult. You have to, your time is precious.
Yeah.
Sure fucking is. That's why I'm playing. Never mind, we'll get to that to the weeks.
Yeah, like I don't know how it is with you guys, but like I always feel like I'm doing something. And so like I don't have as much time as I want to dedicate to games. And
bro,
like,
that's why I'm entering week 15 of saying I'm gonna play Life is Strange and then not play Life is Strange this week.
Freeman, please.
That feel.
Freeman, but at least you gotta stop pretending that you're gonna do it at some
point. I am totally going to play this game. I can't. If I keep saying I'm going to do it, I'll eventually do it.
I mean,
that's how this works.
Yeah.
I bet if this was high school Freeman, you would have beaten that game first week it was out.
Bro, high school Freeman watched 70 episodes of Bleach in like 3 weeks while still doing school and after school shit.
Yeah.
I miss high school Freeman. That kid had a time machine.
That kid had a time machine. That kid had all the time in the world somehow.
And he wasted it on anime.
Hell yeah.
God. I wish I was him again.
I
would do it exactly the same.
You think about it this way, right? Think of all the time you spend like watching anime, playing games. If we actually spent our time doing something significant, we could change the world.
Shut up.
Why you gotta start my depression like this?
Because I think about it all the time, so I gotta bring you there with me.
All right,
Tyler,
podcast canceled.
Podcast canceled.
Please. All right, we're done. 46.
Think of the hundreds of hours you could have picked up a new skill
Stop reminding me. I just want to think back to my childhood.
Tyler, it is a skill because I'm gonna be a pro gamer when I grow up.
God. Oh God. I have run into a few kids.
Look, me and my
many.
Counter-Strike
In my
Source
day.
clan are gonna go pro.
Oh God. People like I don't know where people got those delusions from. Like in high school, they're like, "Yo, I'm gonna get a team together and we're gonna go pro." It's that
Hell yeah,
easy.
dude.
I'm like,
It's just you do it.
yeah. Apparently,
Like we're
you
gonna win a
just
tournament and
do
just
it.
drown in money.
People don't get it. People don't understand. Yeah, listeners, to get into the pro circuit of anything, especially these days, it's insane. It's
not
literally
easy.
insane. It's not easy. It's not even closely being easy. Like it has gone down to a science. Like back in 2002, when like fatality was still the shit, like maybe you could have gotten in. Maybe you could have been decent enough to even like, you know, go to whatever Evo was. That's not Evo. That wasn't Evo back then. But like nowadays, you gotta spend like 50 hours a fucking week playing this game, and then on your off hours, watch stuff about this game. And then you got to pick multiple games because if you get kicked out of a team, you better be able to pick up another game or transfer to another team. Something. Yeah, it's no joke anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't even watch. I used to watch like old school. I know this is super off topic, but that was something I used to be into when I was a kid. I used to watch like old school MLG shit. Like,
oh man.
Hell yeah.
like that Halo 2 Unreal
pro
Tournament
tournaments.
shit.
I still watch
Fuck
Smash
yeah,
Bros.
Dude.
Tournaments. They're still hype.
They are still hype. And I think it's funny, like a lot of the original Kings of Smash, like I don't know if Mango still plays. I know Mewtwo King still plays, and he still dominates.
Ken, the dude who invented Marth and then went on to Survivor to be the biggest asshole on television. He was my idol, and I hate him now.
Blat.
Man, I swear that Smash community is fucking toxic. It really is. Actually, a lot of the fighting community is toxic.
Yeah, it is.
Like I don't know what it is. It's between that and the Madden circuit.
The Maddens.
Have you seen Madden players? Like,
Is it,
like
wait, is that a real
Madden?
thing?
It's real. I don't know if they
Fuck
still
outta
do
here.
it. I swear they for a long time they had Madden tournaments like for big money. Like they had Madden tournaments for big money, and people would get mad. Like on stage they would fucking rage. They would rage quit, like throw the controller on the ground and fucking leave. It's like holy shit. It's fucking Madden. It's not even a good game. Fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
no, it's terrible.
But yeah, Madden was a thing. I can't remember what else was like big. I only really watched Halo, honestly. But I know Quake was really big back then. Obviously, Counter-Strike
Quake.
Source.
Hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Before Fortnite.
Before the dark times.
Before the dark time. Honestly, I miss that. I miss how games. This is kind of on topic. I miss how games kind of were, like competitive games were then compared to now. Like everything was made to be an even fight, right? Like the maps were pretty much symmetrical. So were the weapon spawns. Everything, like everything
Remember
was.
finding weapons on the map?
Yeah.
Like, not like Fortnite in crates, but like there was a set spawn for the rocket and the machine gun and everything like that, and you could strategize with it.
Yes,
instead of
you
getting
would
lucky.
learn like spawn times and stuff like that.
Oh my god!
And then it would
yes.
become a real fight for those power weapons.
Grab the BR, jump on the fucking Valhalla cannon to the middle, run off to the right, grab the Spartan, grab the Spartan laser, shoot down.
Yeah,
the energy.
it's like it was just really good. But nowadays, it's all random.
Yeah,
Like everything's
sucks.
random. Like I understand like it feeds the variety. But as
Yeah.
far
It's actually kind of funny if you think about it. We went from the Spawn Age to the loadout age,
Right.
and now we're in the random age.
I think it's because it adds more diversity into gameplay, so the designer doesn't have to actually put it there. It's just
which is depressing.
I know it's a shortcut.
It's amazing that pitifully awful games like the old Quake games could somehow kill it with multiplayer when they had set weapon spawns. It's like you could learn the map and get good.
Yeah, and that was that's how I feel about. Here's my age showing. Here's my. Am I wrong? No, it's the kids who are wrong. Shit comes out because I'm back in the day, it's you could, a person's metal was tested, right, in the 1v1 shit. It's all right, 1v1 BRs only, fucking midship. That was where the men were separated from the fucking boys. 1v1 BR midship on Halo 2.
Dude, I've told this before, but man, when you get into those sword fights, the clashes.
Oh yeah, in Halo 3.
I told you guys when I went to that gaming party.
Yeah.
I wish we could do that again a few months ago. Halo 3, when you're just mashing it out against each other and it gets so hype. God, fuck.
Those became easy when you learned the trick, though. You just R and then B.
B.
Fucking B for days.
Yep.
But you don't get that anymore. You don't get a lot of these 1v1s. You don't get 1v1 matches anymore. It's I see a guy from half a mile away. I'm gonna snipe him.
Squad v squad.
Yeah.
I wonder if the lack of co-op of split screen and local multiplayer has something to do with that. Because remember doing that with your friends in the room?
Yeah.
Oh, let's fucking go. Split screen. Oh, I'm looking at your screen. You're looking at my
Dirty
screen. We're
screen
both.
lockers.
I'll say it
We're
now.
dirty
Couch
screen
co-op might
lookers.
as well be dead. It's dead.
Oh, it's so depressing.
Couch co-op's dead.
Speaking of couch co-op, Tyler, we still need to someday record fucking Halo
I
2.
know. Halo 2 Legendary. I mean, if it worked, if it really worked, it wouldn't have been really an issue.
If it did.
Because I could get my hands on an Xbox One. That's not the problem.
No, it's not. Sure.
Fuck Bungie.
All right, we really should probably stop and do weeks because it's almost 10 o'clock. We've been going for almost 2 hours this time.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Yeah, let's move on to weeks. But I will say, I feel like I have changed as a person since I was younger into playing games.
I mean, I think that's fair. I think it's more direct to say we've all changed as gamers since we were younger.
I don't know, man. I'm still convinced that Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is the pinnacle of video games.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Beep, 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 beep.
Damn, that low-key shade. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Yo, Sonic Adventure 2. Yo, tell me to my face, Tim, that City Escape is not the best recorded song you've ever heard.
I mean, I didn't see Sonic Adventure on either of your lists, so.
Well, yeah, it's
Clearly, we
secret.
got some bullshit.
Only the real homies know that Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is rated 0 on both mine and Freeman's list.
Yeah, we forgot to give that game our number 1 on 10 video game.
Yeah.
No, because the real number 1 is
Super Mario Bros. 2, baby!
God, this
So
joke
dumb.
is never gonna die. Ever.
Such a dumb joke.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Freeman, what's your week?
So, I don't know.
Actually, do a little bit of the last 2 weeks and next week because we haven't been here.
Yeah, so what did I do the last 2 weeks? A lot of Guild Wars. My raid group has gotten our usual 7-hour routine down to a slick hour and a half. So we got that
Holy
going
shit.
on. Yeah, no, we got real
Wow.
good after practicing. So we've been doing that a lot. I'm doing random stuff the last couple weeks, like trying to catch one of all the Marvel movies. Since the last time we spoke, I was supposed to watch Thor Ragnarok and Black Panther in one night. Failed to do that. Instead, watched Hero Academia and Thor
Said you
Ragnarok.
also... Oh, yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
so I'm supposed to do Black Panther this weekend, and then at some point, Infinity Wars is going to happen because I can't go much longer before the memes break through and spoil everything for me. But other than that, I was also working on building a computer the last 2 weeks because
Yeah, dude.
I've been sitting here like, so the Fantex Evolve Shift case came out last July, and I thought it was so cool. And I've constantly wanted to build like this home theater PC because doesn't matter what I use, Chromecast, Roku, PlayStation 4, one of the apps just misbehaves too much that I get annoyed and just wish I was like on a PC. So I've been itching to build a home theater PC for a while, and then my tax return came in, and that was the nail in the coffin. I'm like, we're doing it. I'm building this ITX build. It's gonna be tiny, tempered glass side panels. I'm gonna throw in the RGB lighting. So it's only like an extra $40. Let's do this. It was way harder than I thought I was going to be building in a tiny case with tiny components. And I did totally fuck up the motherboard by putting one of it was the USB 3.0 header. I put it in wrong and I broke two of the pins.
Oh no.
And I couldn't get an RMA in the board because it was my fault. So I had to blow another 160 to replace the motherboard. But other than that, it was pretty cool. I have one video of it. I'll take a better one this weekend because the videos don't do it justice. These fans I got look stupidly sexy in person. Like, I wish I could just bring this computer around and show it to people because how proud I am of this. But I was getting all the stuff installed this weekend. Looks like it's good to go. I can play Guild Wars and other stuff while I'm at home, so that way I'm not rushing to come home after work, play Guild Wars, and then go meet up with my boys to go watch anime. I can go back to my parents' house, do whatever shit I need to do, and then be done. Don't have to worry about commuting later in the evening. So hopefully I have some more free time for more stuff now that I can be on a computer wherever.
Coolio.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything going on. Think of a party on Saturday, so that's going to cut deeply into my planned Life is Strange playthrough time. That may or may not be happening. But yeah, I think that's it for me. Oh wait, no. So there's one more thing. There's a new anime I'm going to watch because everyone's hyping it up. It's called Megalobox. It's about these boxers in the future who boxing got so boring they started attaching augmented robot arms onto you. But the main appeal of this show is that it straight up looks like Cowboy Bebop.
I'll say that show looks pretty dope. I was about to start watching it.
I was hesitant, but now that it's 6 episodes in, everyone's saying it's very good so far. And if you're at episode 6 and the community's like, yes, this is good, it usually means it's not trash. Therefore, it qualifies for me to watch it. So I'm probably going to try and watch the first episode or 2 this weekend.
Sick.
What about you guys?
I guess I'll go next.
Yeah, go next.
We'll leave announcer boy for the end. It's been a busy 2 weeks. I think I mentioned last time my girlfriend and I had signed a lease on a house we're renting. Move-in day has rapidly jumped up, and we are hoping to start moving in Friday and Saturday with the big stuff. Coworker of mine's going to bring a truck. The only shitty thing is it might be raining all weekend, so we might have to be delayed. I don't know what we're going to do about that. But I just called and setting up internet over there on Friday, so hopefully we're not delayed by much, because otherwise we're going to be no internet here for a few days.
Oh god, that sucks.
I think it'll be fine though. I mean, as long as we can get, like, we just have a few big pieces of furniture that we can't fit in a car.
Wait, don't you have your phone hotspot?
Huh?
Don't you have a phone hotspot to use in case of emergencies?
Sure, but that doesn't help my computer.
Oh.
And it still doesn't match the speed, and it drains my phone. So
it's fine. You can still get on Reddit. That's all you really need.
Oh my god. I'm hopeful that we can move stuff over, even if there's just a few hours gap. We really just need, like, heck, even if we could just get the mattress over without it getting wet, everything else is like hardwood furniture that can be wiped down and dried. So it's really just a question of maybe finding a few hours on Saturday to try to move stuff. If we have to, it could be done Sunday.
I don't know. Be careful with hardwood furniture getting wet. It might start warping.
Well, I know that, but it's like Val's heavy-duty bedroom set is really, like, Freeman, you were here.
Oh, yeah. No, it's intense.
Like, the bookcases could probably fit in a car with the seats down. Like, it's really just the 2 dressers and mirror in the bedroom, the dresser out in the living room, maybe the TV stand, probably not, and then pieces of the bed and the mattress. Like, that's all the stuff that actually has to move over to the house in a big truck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to rent a U-Haul, even a small one, but if we had to rent a small one, I guess we could, but I'd rather just use my coworker's pickup truck and buy pizza for them.
There you go.
But anyway, that's happening this weekend. Very excited. We'll talk about it more later, but Memorial Day weekend is the weekend after. Ed is coming out for the weekend, which is super fucking cool. And then the weekend after that, Freeman and Luigi are hopefully coming out to Ohio to hang out in the new house as well.
Yep, sounds like that's happening.
And then, but other than that, my girlfriend and I saw Avengers again yesterday. Still very good. She still got upset at certain parts. Other than that, I don't have a ton of time to play stuff, but I talked about it last time, Empire Earth, that I had started recording. Episode 7 released today, and I have recorded up to episode 21 as of right now. I am on cloud fucking 9 that I am playing this game again and loving it to pieces. I have already beaten 2 of the 4 campaigns in the base game, and then I have the entire expansion pack, and I'm just plowing ahead. Shadow of War is weird. I finished the base game, and I'm almost done with the first DLC campaign. They came out with the second one just last week, where you play as a guy with no powers, and apparently it's kind of roguelike-ish, where if you die, you lose all your gear.
Jesus.
And keep your skills, and story progress, but all your gear goes away because you're dead.
Oh, wow.
You don't have any powers. You're a normal dude.
Interesting.
So I'm interested to see how that goes. It's actually funny. Today I was I booted up Shadow of War because I was grinding the gear missions for the DLC campaign, the first one where you play as this elf. I had started at 34%, even though I thought I was almost done with the main story. And by the time I finished grinding all the gear that I needed to get, I had jumped up to 74% done, and I still have 6 pieces of gear to get.
Damn.
Because they all count as quests. So I'm pretty sure next time I record that game, I'll be done with the DLC and onto the second DLC. So I'm almost done with Shadow of War. It was cool to finally beat the base game. After that, I think I'm going to be doing Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, as I said, because it'll be fun to try that game again as an adult. Speaking of playing games when we were kids. But yeah, that's about it for me. I'm sorry, as always, I take the longest here.
Yeah, so, Jesus Christ,
Tyler,
what the fuck?
Take us out with what you're doing.
So for the last 2 weeks, as you've heard a couple times by now, I've been playing God of War, the new one. Gao, Dad of War. It's pretty dope. I highly recommend if you have a PlayStation 4 to check it out. I even bought the special edition God of War PlayStation.
Ooh.
Because I don't know,
that thing is sexy.
Yeah, I'm filling the void because I couldn't buy a gun, so I'm like, fuck, I want to buy a PlayStation. And you know what? I will say, I've never seen like anything in real life at 4K resolution.
Oh.
Yeah, like at all. Like no,
I'm excited to hear what you say about it.
Yeah, like so I've had a 4K TV for almost 2 years now. But I haven't had anything that supports 4K. I mean, I have my desktop. My desktop can support 4K, but I never hooked it up to my TV. But I hooked up my PS4 Pro, my new one, the God of War 4 one, to this TV, and I will say, confirmed by me and by Leslie, that the image looks like better. Like it visually looked better, and I think Freeman, you even noticed that it looked pretty sharp.
Oh yeah, I came downstairs and I'm like, oh man, this is pretty.
Yeah, like it was.
Oh man,
it's
oh no,
pretty sharp. It was pretty nice. Also, there it like confirmed my hypothesis that there was some stuttering when I was playing on my original PS4, my Gen 1 PS4, and then when I switched over to the new one, I had pretty much little to no frame drops.
Damn.
So I was like, oh, they definitely optimized it for a PS4 Pro.
Oh, real quick, we're talking about Sony. This came up in my feed while we were talking. Sony changed their policy on patch certification, where it used to take a week from when you submitted they now do same-day patch certification.
Whoa.
So you're able to see just rapid-fire patches on
Damn.
PlayStation now.
Damn.
Finally catching up with the rest of the world.
Right. But since Leslie fell in love with God of War, she's like, I want to see the original trilogy now.
Oh no! Wait, why can't she just play it?
Well, I told her, I was like,
her
why don't you
playing video
play it? And
games.
she's like, no, I want to watch
Are you kidding?
She wants to watch a
Yeah.
live-action Let's Play.
Yeah, she wants to see a live-action Let's Play. Oh my god. It got to the end and I got very emotional. She's like, stop, you can't, no. Yeah,
No.
pause it. You gotta pause
She
it.
needs to watch
Tyler,
the
you have to
emotional
pause it.
games and anime.
I won't lie, it got pretty crazy. It got pretty crazy at the end, but I was like, Leslie, we have to finish it. She's like, no. Go back to doing side quests and it'll never be over.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
It was funny. But yes. But it's great because I'm gonna say the beginning of God of War because like Kratos took obviously a different direction in the new one. He tries to be a lot more of like a father figure. He's still kind of a hard ass, but you know, he's a very different character than he was in the original games.
Leslie is gonna have her dreams fucking crushed.
Oh, she did. Like within the first like two.
Oh, you guys started. Oh shit.
Like we started the game. Yeah, we started the game already, and we finished the first boat part. Like I kill the Hydra.
Oh my god.
I kill the
Hell yeah.
Hydra, and we go into the mouth. And then she hears the captain's voice, who was like, you know, got eaten by the Hydra. She's like, oh, Kratos is going to save that guy. I didn't say a word. I said nothing. As Kratos lifts him up by the key, I didn't come back for you. And then lets him die. I started dying. She's like, I don't like this, Kratos. And then later on,
This is
like,
the dad
she's
you
like,
knew.
oh, there's two naked ladies. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You want to see me fuck them? And she's like, oh, wait, what? Wait, what? This is happening? I'm like, oh, it's happening. And I do the mini game.
Oh my god.
And you got all the red orbs.
Oh yeah, yo, it's worth doing it for the red orbs. Shit.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Isn't it like the second game where you start out on a boat doing that? Like, aren't you almost immediately able to do that?
in the second game, pretty much. So what happens in the second game is Kratos gets shrunk down, and then like you have a short little fight, and then the Colossus throws you into this bathhouse. So yeah, pretty much right off the bat.
That's what it is.
It's almost like they're like, all right, we'll give it to you just so you can get it out of the way.
Yep.
Get your rocks off so you can actually play the game. And then you fuck Aphrodite in the third game. Which oddly, Hephaestus does not kill you for that. He does not give a shit. He's like, whatever, she a trifling hoe anyway.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Well,
so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, sorry. So that's what I'm doing.
no, you're fine.
I'm
just
playing
tired
more
of this
God
now.
of War, and all that. So yeah.
Woo.
No, I take us away, right? I take us away.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh shit! Oh, so much responsibility. All right. So this is once again the TNT podcast. Thank you all for joining us. Another week of shenanigans and stories. Until next week, my name is Just Tyler,
I'm Friedman.
I'm Tim.
and we'll see you guys next week.